So I've just painted gouache, a couple gouache pages. This one's from yesterday. I'm going to show you very quickly how I've finished it off. And now on to today's page. I'm not necessarily happy with these, but I'm going to give it a go and try and experiment with some colored pencils on top. So I'm really inexperienced. I was just trying some pink underpaintings and just kind of use up, because I used a lot more paint by mistake than I wanted to. Just trying out different pencils and trying to remember which ones go well. I think one of the Posca pencil green colors goes quite well. Let's loosen up on this one because it's not really showing anything in particular. These pages are for my 100-page project, which is kind of my take on the 100-day project. So in 100 days, I'm planning to do 100 pages, but they don't have to necessarily go as every day one page. I can do 2 pages in a day, or I can do 0 pages in a day, whichever. Like these, for example, I've done these, and I think this one on the same day, and perhaps this one. But yeah, either way, I'm forgetting now because we've done a lot of furniture moving, so time is blurring for me right now. But yeah, so the rule of my rule for this project is, as long as there's 100 days and I've done 100 pages in that time, that's good. Because last year, I don't know if last year I did one. I need to check my sketchbooks on my Instagram. But the previous ones I've done, I always kind of stopped before I finished. So it was kind of disappointing. Actually, just remembered last year, I've done 100 day of lino cut prints, and that actually I finished. But it was really hard. So yeah, just relaxing the rules a bit sometimes is okay. Like, doesn't matter as long as as long as you practice for 100 days, or however you want to set the limit for yourself. Does it matter if you follow the rules of the official thing? As long as it brings you happiness and you complete your own challenge, I think that should matter. That should be what matters. Anyway, I'm getting grumbly again. Just trying different mark making. I haven't found a good tutorial for mixed media, so I'm trying to work it out by myself. I'm sure there are some, but I just need to find one. If you do know one that explains like the different techniques of putting colored pencils on top of gouache or any kind of pencils, like actually I meant to try these. 1 second. I should be able to find everything easily because I've just cleaned up everything and I moved everything, but then it might make things harder for a bit because I need to learn the new layout and where everything is now. And I keep saying, oh, I need to Marie Kondo my space. Like, what we've done now is just to get the worst, like just to move everything and make it look tidy. And then when I've recovered, I need to, what I call Marie Kondo the space. So like try and see what things I want to keep and what things I don't want to keep. I don't necessarily do the whole joy thing that she does, but I do put her show on TV to motivate me. Yeah, I just feel funny if I did the, you know, the thing where you thank your items for serving you well. It's just not my thing. So I'm using Caran d'Ache Neo Color 2. I also have a couple Neo Pastels, and I think I have like 1 or 2 Neo Color 1 maybe, and a Sennelier oil pastel. Ooh, my new best friend. This one will be like the last layer for highlights or something. I love this. I just placed an order on Brain, come to me, on Jackson's Art. It's like an online shop. If you're an artist, you might already know this. So I just placed an order for a few more pastels. I didn't go crazy, I got, because on Patreon I don't get paid every month. I set it to kind of choose when I want to transfer the money. And this month I transferred a slightly, like a nice chunk, and I bought some art supplies for it. Because I think it would be nice to give back. So I'll probably do like an exclusive video for the Patreons. In case you don't know what Patreon is, it's kind of like, for some people, it can act like a tip jar. So if you want to just tip £1 or $1 a month, then you can. If you have an artist you want to follow just because. But I think most people use it as a space to share kind of behind the scenes and just like give extra tips and insights into your process. People do it in many different ways, so every artist will do it slightly differently. But the way it works is you have tiers usually, and you pick how much you want to support your artist for. And when you've picked one and you've committed to it, that then makes you their Patreon. And that means that whenever they write a post for that tier, or like share a video, exclusive video, or like a discount code, or a tips PDF, or photos, or a studio vlog, or a podcast, like it varies a lot. What I do is I share monthly diary comics, so I will draw my month as a comic. And I'm still going to do it, but I'm going to change it up a bit, potentially in the near future. So I'm doing, sorry, get my head straight. That's what happens when you don't plan your video. I just like don't want to plan it, so it's more, I feel if it's pre-planned, I'll just won't feel it and I won't talk naturally, and I don't want to do that because that just feels kind of fake to me. Like, not fake, but you know, I won't be natural if I pre-plan it. So on my Patreon, I'm planning to so on my Patreon, I'm sharing the monthly diary comics. I also share occasional extra comics, like when I did the hourly comics day. I always mix it up with diary comics. I can't, my brain just stops working when I think of it. So I've shared that. I've shared some like character design stuff, like of what I've designed as a character for a different comic. And I'm going to share more of the current comic that I'm working on with my friends, and no one else. Like, I don't share that stuff anywhere else unless it's like a comics community, but not really like publicly sharing it. So that's like, for me, it's super exciting because we're really enjoying I've messed this up, didn't I? Anyway, yeah, because we're really enjoying the planning and like designing, like kind of scripting the comic and just seeing where it takes us. It's all like super random. I share that on Patreon. And what else do I share? I share monthly printables, so either like a sticker or a mini print that you can print for yourself at home, and yeah, like potentially like a calendar, like a planner or page or something like that. And sometimes people, like, if you download the sticker, you can print it as a print. And what else? Oh yeah, with the printables, I'm planning to research a bit more and see if I can do physical rewards. So like I could post them anywhere in the world, so you'd get like a monthly print or sticker or both. Just a thought, like I don't really know if I'll stick to that. Hopefully I'm not too rambly, because I definitely do feel rambly. I've just been tidying away everything for hours on end, and I finally got to draw, and my drawings aren't coming out as I want them, so I'm trying not to care too much and play with it. Yeah, I think I'll move on to the next page. I don't like this one so much as I thought I would. Next page. What color should I do here? I think this will look good. I'm going to plan this one more. Anyway, I might record like an actual video about Patreon, because I don't want to be too salesy. I just wanted to, since I mentioned it, to like describe what it is, and in case you were wondering. Okay, I know this. Was it? This one is great, and that one is really bright, but I also wanted to like incorporate more pink, like because there's a pink sky and the underpainting didn't really come out here. So, and in case you're wondering, I'm not using any references, which is probably why they're so uninspiring to me. Maybe if I used an actual reference from somewhere I've been, maybe I would like it more. So what I've used for these was some gouache paints. So, and the brands I used were Shinhan Pass, which is like a mix, kind of like a hybrid of gouache and watercolor. They're quite cheap, so that's why I bought a few of them, just to save money when I wasn't sure what colors I liked and like that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's like an affordable way of getting into gouache as well. Some people really don't like them, so I recommend if you're interested in trying. Like, I love trying new things, so I would just like buy a few random colors or like my favorites from that, and I don't invest a lot of money until I'm sure I like it. And then what else did I use? I think it was Holbein gouache, and I've completely forgotten, so I'll check. Okay, so I used Holbein gouache, Shinhan Pass, watercolor gouache hybrid, and Winsor and Newton professional gouache, and I just mixed them up like however feels right. And the thing about Shinhan Pass that I was getting to is like they're not really professional gouache, they're more like a cheap binder, I think, because they often, when you squeeze them out, I always mix it up before, like I try to squeeze it in the tube so it mixes a bit, but you can get like watery binder as the first thing that comes out. So yeah, that's the kind of quality, and I think that's fine because they're cheap. So yeah, I appreciate them being affordable. Okay, these are pastels from Derwent. And I've recently done a swatching video of those alongside Inktense, Derwent Inktense pencils. And I don't know if they're the best thing to go on top of gouache, but that's kind of what I really wanted them for. Maybe I'll try something else in a minute, but for now, I think I forgot which colors I liked, because I haven't edited that video yet, so I'm gonna forget. Ooh! Let's try some like weird grass. Okay. As you can see, I'm still getting my feel for mixed media. These are like, I don't know this brand, but my mom got them for me secondhand. My mom loves buying me stuff like that. So yeah, just some pastels, but I think maybe they will, I don't know, let's try them. Maybe they'll get better. Why am I using blue? I've seen people use them like sideways. I've just kind of like erased bits, but maybe here might make more sense, just to... maybe. Yeah, as you can see, I'm like getting used to this medium, or like all the mediums that you use with gouache. You can see how that... I think I need to do, like you do swatches, I think I need to do more just trying materials out, like actual tests, rather than trying to make something and then being frustrated that it doesn't work quite as much, quite as well. Can't speak. I think I'm too tired to speak. Let's add some yellows. It's like highlights kind of thing. Like just making like flowers on the bush. I don't know what they're called, but they're like spiky bushes, even though maybe this one doesn't look so spiky in my version, but I don't know. It doesn't need to be realistic, because it's my sketchbook, and you know what, we can all do whatever we want in our sketchbooks. Like, yeah, I used to be worried about not having the perfect sketchbook, and my pages are not at all like planned out, and the composition is rubbish, but that's something I can work on, like, or if I don't want to, like, who says that it has to be perfect? It's a sketchbook, it's not work I'm selling or anything like that, so it shouldn't really matter. Look at my hands. If you'd like to see any kind of combination of materials that I've already shown in any of my videos, or if you have any suggestions for what I could get next just to try it out, give me a shout, because I'd love to do that. It's always nicer when you know that someone will actually definitely appreciate what you do. It just makes you feel like it's more worthwhile, I guess, to record something. And then, that way you get something out of it too. To be honest, I think that will be it. Even though I don't necessarily love it, I consider this session successful because I filled 2 pages and I've practiced and I tried out a lot of different things. What I might try to do is use, yeah, that's the Neo Color 2. I might use it with water, like dilute it with water to see how that reacts. And what else did I do? Like this one too, I think was Neo Color 2. So I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I brought some brushes in water. And I was just thinking, as I was like getting the water, I have lots of like old, because when I was starting out in art, I used to buy lots of cheap materials, like super cheap, like kids quality level. Like, you know, when you buy, I don't know, a set of 10 brushes for 5 quid or even less, that kind of level of quality. Because I didn't know anything about brushes and I was like, do I want to spend 15 quid on one brush? And I have no idea how to use it. I don't know if I want to use it. I don't know if it's the right brush. And so on and so on. So yeah, I've got lots of, okay, this is not water soluble, my bad. But what I can do is replace that, or like put on top some water soluble one. I just don't like this texture. I think I messed it up, but maybe I can save it by darkening it. Apologies if I'm shaking the camera. Hopefully not. So yeah, I've got loads and loads of really like not so nice materials, but I keep thinking I should try and use them all. Maybe I should record a video of trying. I don't think all of them will fit in one video because there's lots, but like try and make a challenge where maybe I fill a few of those pages all with those materials and try and challenge myself to do something with them. I don't know, it might be fun. Let me know in the comments if you want to see that, because I mean, like, that might make me do it sooner rather than later. You know, like, it's easy not to touch the materials that you're not convinced by. So yeah, I tend to stick to my favorites, really. Okay, I think that's it. I'm going to record tape peeling of one of them for you and of this one to make into a short, because I don't know, people seem to love it, so why not? But you'll be able to access it too. I'll link to it. Now for the washi tape reveal. My favorite bit, although it's slightly stressful because you tend to tear a bit of paper, especially when you're trying like to make it look nice in the video. But let's try it. I think the key is to put the tape in the same order so you know how to peel it in a what order. But anyway, I think the key is to do it slowly. Sometimes I think it might work better if you heat it up a bit, like with the hedge. These are all going in different order. What a fail. Or is it a fail? I don't know. Yeah, this one's also different. I know what happened. I think I ran out of tape and stitched something on top. But anyway. Oh, and before you put the tape down on the paper, if you use it on your clothes or something and then unpeel it, it will remove some of the tags, so when you pull it, like take it off later, it should come off a bit easier. You need to be careful. I learned the hard way. because sometimes like your clothes have fluff, like if it was a sweater or something, and it will pick up some like fluff, and then you end up painting on top of it, and then when you take it off you end up with some blank space where you didn't expect to have blank space. So yeah, this is just a tip I've not heard from anyone else, but I definitely wish I knew. And the last one, there's a bit of bleed, but I kind of like don't mind it too much. Oh well. So that's it. My 2 pages for the 100-day project. I'm kind of happy. Like when I was starting this, sorry for the shake. When I was starting these, I really didn't like it. So I think they turned out as studies, as you know, in practice, they turned out okay. Let me know what you think. So that's it for the drawing and painting part. I hope you enjoyed watching me struggle with gouache paint, although some of it kind of turned out kind of alright. I quite liked some of the materials on top of gouache, so I'll definitely be doing more. If you enjoyed this, let me know, because I'm quite keen to record a bit more of similar paint with me process. If you have anything to add or ask or challenge me to do next, please comment. I love hearing what your thoughts are and whether you liked it or not, or whether you want to see more of it. It helps me decide what to make next. I'd love to be able to make it for you. And if you would like to see more of this kind of stuff, I also do like sketchbook flip. I also do a lot of stuttering. I do a lot of sketchbook flip through. Sketchbook flip throughs. There you go. Got there. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Process videos and things like that. You can subscribe. I share drawings like these. Also comic drawings, zine making, sketchbook flip-throughs. It took me a while to pronounce this right. And yeah, just general artsy stuff, reviews, unboxing art supplies and stuff like that. I hope this inspires you to try your own project of a similar kind, or, you know, something like that. To kind of try and forget about perfectionism and just do something for yourself and try and learn something by experimenting and not caring what anyone else thinks. And no one else needs to see your sketchbook. Like, it's for you, not for everyone else in the world. And you can just share your favorite pages if you want to, or not at all. Yeah, have a nice day artsing, and until next time, bye. And remember, weird is the best.